Hi, I'm Gareth from Dead Medium Productions, and this is a super quick Reaper tutorial. What do you do when you record something and it sounds like this?
By a company to do this in 20 minutes and get paid 900 euro. Okay? And you can go in and get paid by a company to do this in 20 minutes and get paid 900 euro.
Yes, so say there's noise in the background. It might be hum from a machine, it might be an air conditioner, it might be a train going by, it might be your computer or laptop, it might be your cheap recorder and bad microphone, but you need to do something about it. Okay, so generally speaking, people will, if they start off in video editing or if they learn in something like Audacity, they will do a high pass or a low pass filter and try to mess around with that and get that working and clean up the noise they need. That's oftentimes not the way to do it. What I would suggest you do is download Reaper. It's basically free. It's trial software, $60 or €60 after the trial ends. But the thing with Reaper is the trial never ends, so you can keep using it as long as you like. Shh. Then go into the plugins area of Reaper. Type in REA, which will bring up Reaper's own plugin selection. And what we want is a thing called Reaper. So what is Reaper? So essentially, it is an equalizer, an EQ, but it is slightly more specialized because rather than giving you a series of predefined equalizations so you can change the sound over the whole frequency range, it's designed to just cut out or boost one or two or three or whatever it is, a few specific, very, very highly specific areas of sound. So you can see we've got from 50 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz, roughly the range of human hearing here. And I've got some points on a line. So let's make a couple more. If I hold Alt and click on the line, now I have 4 points. Okay, so if I make a little well by dragging down a couple of points here, and don't mind if your line goes all crazy, you've just gone over the points above with the points below, just move back or undo. Now, this well is the sound that will be taken out. Obviously that's loads and far too much, but what I want to do is I want to find out exactly where the sounds that I want to remove are. So I move my well over to the beginning of the frequency range and I have a little listen and see how it sounds.
Okay? And you can go in.
So that hasn't done what I wanted at all. I can still hear the annoying sound and I've ruined my own sound. So let's skip on by this. Let's move past this 200 point with our little well and try again. Okay, that's a bit better. Sounds worse. But do you notice something? The annoying noise is all but completely gone. So what I want to do is I want to reduce the amount of the good sound, the speech, that I'm losing, while at the same time keeping that absent noise, keeping that removal of noise. So what I'm going to do is going to keep playing the sound in the background while gradually moving over from the 200 area to the 1 kilohertz range, sorry, the 1 hertz range, and seeing what it sounds like as I do it. So let's start playing.
To do this in 20 minutes and get paid 900 euro. Okay? And you can go in and get paid by a company to do this in 20 minutes and get paid 900 euro. Okay? And you can go in.
Okay, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I've cut out almost all the noise and my speech is recognizable. It's clear. It doesn't sound perfect, but I haven't got any artifacts at all. So what do I want to do to improve that even more? I want to decrease the depth of the well by moving these little points up. And what am I doing there? What I'm basically doing is I'm decreasing the amount of volume reduction in this range that I'm cutting out. So I'm still taking some of it, but not all of it. Let's keep listening.
And get paid by a company to do this in 20 minutes and get paid 900 euro. Okay? And you can go in and get paid by a company to do this in 20 minutes and get paid 900 euro. Okay? And you can go in and get paid by a company.
So that's damn good. I've gotten really, really close to something that I can actually use. And if I tinker more, decreasing the breadth of this well and the depth and messing around so that I can keep refining in on this segment. Now, for you, it might not be 1 hertz. It could be over here, it could be over here. But once you find the place where the noise is and you cut out that chunk, you can really clean it up quite nicely. So that's all with free plugins that are free inside Reaper, which, as I say, is a free trial, which you can use for as long as you need. There's also another plugin which is specifically made for this. There's a piece of software called Isotope RX. Let's just look up RX in the plugin search here in Reaper. And Isotope comes with a whole bunch of snazzy doodads. The one I'm going to use is actually not designed specifically for voice, but it works very well. It's the dehum plugin. Okay, so this looks a little bit intimidating, but basically it's doing exactly what I was doing before with Reaper. Each of these lines going down is removing a segment of the frequency range, okay? The reason there's a bunch of them is because there are 8 harmonics. So this is designed for if you have a noise that has harmonics in a higher frequency. But really, I've already found out that my noise doesn't. So I can just get rid of all of those and just have one. Now it looks a lot like Reaper. It won't let me tinker with exactly where it is in the frequency range until I click on adaptive mode. Now if I move over here, I can find exactly where I want, turn off adaptive mode, because what adaptive mode would do if I left that on is as I played the piece of sound, it would gradually mess around with the frequency range here all by itself trying to figure it out. We don't want that. It's not that great at it. But let's do it ourselves as we listen.
Okay? And you can go in and get paid by a company to do this in 20 minutes and get paid 900 euro. Okay?
So we can hear it's about here, but it's not perfect. So let's increase the width of the sound that we're taking out.
Go in and get paid by a company to do this in 20 minutes and get paid 900 euro. Okay? And you can go in and get paid by a company to
wow,
do this.
Just like that, with a little bit of tinkering, we've taken out just that segment. So there are 2 ways to do it. Now, of course, there are lots more. Adobe Audition, Logic, Pro Tools, these will all have their own plugins for this kind of thing, but Reaper, as I say, has this really nice and free Reaper plugin, and here is this Isotope RX plugin which I got on sale, which is really, really nice too. So you can do it with the built-in tool or with an external plugin, but basically the trick is find exactly where the noise is and suck it right out. Thank you very much.